Hello and welcome. I'm about to do the title says it all really. Spider-Man Far From Home official trailer reaction video. I'm going to go straight into it. I'm going to do the narrate my thoughts on it and experiences on it afterwards. So let's go straight into it.
The Spider-Man Far From Home trailer is about to play, but if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet, stop watching because there's some serious spoilers about to come up. But if you have seen Avengers Endgame, enjoy the trailer. Everywhere I go, I see his face. I just really miss him.
Yeah, I miss him too. I don't think Tony would have done what he did if he didn't know that you were going to be here after he was gone.
You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs. What? I'm kidding. Look, keep up the good work because I am going on vacation.
Heads up, Nick Fury's calling you.
I don't really want to talk to Nick
Answer
Fury.
the phone.
Why?
Because if you don't talk to him, then I have to talk to him. I don't want to talk to him. You sent Nick Fury to voicemail?
I gotta go.
You do not ghost Nick Fury.
What up, dorks?
What's up? We're just talking about the trip.
I'm here in St. Marco Polo's.
Oh, I think MJ really likes me.
That reminds me when I first fell in love.
You're a very difficult person to contact, Spider-Man. This is Mr. Beck.
We could have used someone like you on my world.
Your world?
Beck is from Earth, just not ours. The snap to a hole in our dimension.
You're saying there's a multiverse?
We have a job to do, and you're coming with us.
There's gotta be someone else you can use. What about Thor?
Off-world.
Captain Marvel? Unavailable. But I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Bitch, please, you've been to space.
What do you want, Peter?
I want to go back on my trip with the girl who I really like and tell her how I feel. MJ, I
am Spider-Man.
No, of course I'm not.
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
You're right, you may not be ready, but this is my responsibility. Saving the world requires sacrifice. Sometimes people die.
Oh my God.
I just always feel like I'm putting my friends in danger. The world needs the next Iron Man.
Are you going to step up or not?
Out of here! Get on the jet! Who are you? I work with Spider-Man.
You work for Spider-Man?
I work with Spider-Man, not for Spider-Man. New plan.
Right. Okay, when this first came out, I thought it might not be a good idea to do a reaction video because of the teaser. Then I noticed somebody else did a reaction video and I thought maybe it's okay to do so. And this morning I sort of did a search on YouTube to see who else did an official reaction. And there's quite a list of them, so I thought, okay, it's valid, I can do one. And the first thing I noticed about this, when this trailer came out yesterday, was the beginning with Tom Holland as himself explaining, spoilers ahead because of Endgame. And I did actually watch that, to be honest, but I didn't go beyond. And my thoughts are, I love Spider-Man, he's my favourite Marvel character, my favourite Marvel and DC character of all time since I was a kid to now. So every time there's a Spider-Man movie, I don't care if it's good or bad, I'll watch it. And in fact, this is quite controversial. I love Spider-Man 3. I know it's bad, too many villains, but that's the one I watch over and over and over again of the three. But that's just me, I suppose. Right, this one, trying to gather my thoughts now, rewind back. Happy Hogan. I think he's a great character. I think he's just a brilliant character. He's an Iron Man character. I know because of the Iron Man films, but even in the comics, he was Iron Man's chauffeur and all that. And Jon Favreau is just perfect. I mean, you can't get rid of Happy Hogan, played by Jon Favreau. He's just a good comedy character. In fact, when he did that in the teaser, when he's sort of flirting with Aunt May, it's just classic, well acted, really funny. It's really almost slapstick humor. It was really laugh out loud moments. Back to this trailer. I just knew it was going to be good. I can't fault it at all. I don't know much about Mysterio. I've seen bits of that in the comics, but I've never actually read a comic with Mysterio in it, so I think he's a villain. And to see him start off with Nick Fury, maybe the storyline is that he was a kind of superhero at the beginning, and he turned evil. Maybe it's a Jekyll and Hyde thing, you know. Maybe he's a good. So most of these villains are good to start off with, and then they, through no fault of their own, they turn bad, like the Joker. So it was good to see. Well, I know Nick Fury was in. It's good to see Nick Fury back, Happy Hogan, and of course Nick Fury's second, number one. Last time we saw her was when she was dusted at the end of Infinity War. So it's good to see her back. I don't think I saw Aunt May in this trailer, but we know she's still in the film. And some funny lines from Happy Hogan there. I don't work for Spider-Man, I work with Spider-Man. It's just funny. And what else is there? Being based in the UK, it's just great to see Spider-Man, you know, flying around Tower Bridge like that. It's just good stuff. And I'm trying to remember what I saw. This is the first time I've seen it. What opened up the whole, you know, after Infinity War and what's happened, I can't reconcile. I mean, in 5 years, the classmates all look the same. Now, there's something about a multiverse. I don't know if that means he can. I don't know, because he's supposed to be. He should look younger than his classmates by 5 years. And of course, the classmates are they all in college now? Why are they still together? Haven't they left school? Because isn't he 17 he's 17 in the comic books, isn't he? So it's probably his last year at school, and he should be either in university or working. Especially Flash. I don't think Flash is so arrogant. He's arrogant, but he's intelligent, isn't he? Because he's part of the science group they've got going. Doesn't matter though. All these questions will be answered in the film, no doubt. Something about a multiverse again. So that sort of opens up, you know, multiverses mean more parallel universes. But time is still the same, isn't it? That's the trouble. You can't go back. I thought for a split second, I thought the multiverse would explain why everybody's the same age. I mean, it looked the same. Or maybe 5 years, you know. Nobody changes much in 5 years. But to be in the school still, maybe it's university. Again, it'll all be answered in the film. So we know now that this follows Endgame. That's a fact. Because I thought this film was going to be between, or just before you see Spider-Man in Infinity War. I thought this would end with them on the coach, with Spider-Man saying to his friend to create a diversion so he can jump out the school bus. It's actually in order, so it's right to follow Endgame. Black-suited Spider-Man, but it's not black-suited Spider-Man. It's not a symbiote on him. It's obviously some nighttime camouflage gear. And talk of him replacing Iron Man, that's what that means. That's a reference to the Iron Spider-Man. I don't know much about these. I've just seen bits of Iron Spider-Man and things like that. I haven't followed the comics. I stopped reading comics probably in the mid-80s. But yeah, I love the films. Even the Nicholas Hammond films I used to love. And if there was one cartoon that was a guilty pleasure in my 20s and 30s, it was the Spider-Man ones. I'm not keen with Spider-Man taking off his mask all the time and revealing his identity. It always defeats the object of having a mask. Superheroes would just keep their identity to themselves, like Superman did in the early films, and the trouble he went to in Superman 2 to actually erase Lois Lane's memory of his identity. So that was how important it was to keep the identity of the superhero. And now but then again, it's just a select group of people anyway, including his own aunt. But I suppose that's intellectual story writing. They have the intelligence to back up their actions. So, I mean, even before I saw the trailer, I'm just hyped for it. You know, the fact that you go to Cannes and see a poster saying there's a film coming out you didn't know about was coming out, you just get hyped, you know. It's a good trailer, nicely lit as well, beautifully shot, lighting was lovely. It's got humour, it's got some characters, Nick Fury, and he's number one. Jake Gyllenhaal, what a great actor. He's one of the actors I always watch if there's a film on. I mean, the last one I saw of his was Nightcrawler, which I thought was just brilliant. And it was a 2 minute, it's exactly 3 minutes, the trailer, including the Tom Holland intro. And it's out in July the 2nd. So we had the teaser in January. We've now had the official trailer in May, and so in just under 2 months' time we have the film. So in midsummer we've got a midsummer blockbuster on our hands. So I'm looking forward to this. And of course, there's a lot of comments about why didn't Captain Marvel appear much earlier in the universe to stop, to prevent all this tragedies, help with the tragedies. And of course, even Spider-Man says it in the film. That sort of clears all the comments now. He said, why not get Captain Marvel? And of course, she's busy, probably on some other planet. So, brilliant. It's a thumbs up even before I saw it. So it's a thumbs up before I watched it. And it's definitely a thumbs up afterwards. What I should do is watch it again and then give you more comments, because sometimes I miss things out. But on my instincts on this first trailer, yep, good. It's good to see Flash get his comeuppance there in Italy. It's a, I don't know what square, St. Peter's Square maybe, or Florence. I think they're in Venice, aren't they? I'll put the link to the Sony Pictures Entertainment video at the end of the video, so you can judge for yourselves if you haven't seen it already. Right, that's it. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next reaction video. Bye.